Hey guys, Christina Briglia with Coldwell Banker Realty here, and it is mid-May, which means we're this much closer to being halfway through the year already, which is crazy, but we're here. And I wanted to do this video because May is a very special month to me. It's the month that I became an official homeowner, and that was back in 2012 when I was only 24 years old. And the reason I want to share this little story with you is because I've been running into so many people of a similar age, 24, late 20s, early 30s, that have just been so afraid or so defeated about the prospect of buying a house without even having really asked the questions or doing research on what they can afford or what programs are out there. And I'm here to tell you, just as I did it back in 2012, you can do it now because the programs still exist. I used an FHA loan. I had first-time home buyer grants. All of that still exists. And the only thing that motivated me to get started to ask the question was a little bit of serendipity. I was living in a studio apartment on Broad Street, and a real estate office opened right below me. And I just walked in because my lease was about to be up, and I said, hey, I just want to find out if I can afford to buy a house. And after asking the questions and being pointed in the right direction, probably within a couple of days, I had my answer. And the answer, thankfully, was yes. And it's the best decision I ever made. So this is actually that house. It was a grandmom house when I bought it. I had about $8,000 in the bank, which was a lot of money for me. I was an administrative assistant working to make $40,000 a year. And then I also was serving tables on the side, and I made good money with doing that. I feel like I almost made more money serving than in my job. But that combined, I was able to scrimp and save, and I spent $4,000 out of pocket on the down payment to buy the house. I used the programs to help pay toward my closing costs to make it that low. And then the rest of the money, I used a majority of it to tear out the old carpet, take off the foil, grandma wallpaper, and paint. And that was enough to make me move in and live here comfortably. And then I want to say a few years ago, I was able to refinance. And I pulled money out of the house because it appreciated in value so much that I could do so. And that's the money I used to slowly renovate each room. 1 year was the kitchen, 1 year was the bathroom, and then most recently I did a majority of the rest of the house, which was a nightmare, but I did it, and you can do it too. And if you can do it before you move in, even better. But all to say, where there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to be a homeowner, I encourage it 1,000%. This home gave me wealth that I would not have had if I wasn't brave enough or even just curious enough to ask those questions when I was 24 years old. And thank God that office opened up, because maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe it wouldn't have even been on my mind. But hopefully this video is the little serendipitous moment for you to say, hey, let me talk to someone. Let me just see what my options are. And if it's still not a good time, fine. But at least you know that that exists. And that's pretty much my spiel. I want to encourage everyone to set up a phone call with me. I like to think I'm easy to talk to and friendly to talk to. And I hope to give you a lot of good, positive feedback and news that you can do it. And even if you can't do it this year, I'll tell you what you need to do to set yourself up to do it, maybe next year or the year after. But either way, make that move. Don't be afraid. It's possible. It's May, it's spring, it's the season of new beginnings. So go out and get yourself a house. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon.